Professor Selwyn Ryan, who did research on race and ethnicity and economics and showed how the deck is stacked against black people in particular. But it's one thing to say this, but let's look at the facts. This research was published in a book entitled Entrepreneurship in Trinidad and Tobago, The Black Experience. Now, look at it. We're talking about loans from banks to get an opportunity for major capital ventures to start up businesses. Professor Selwyn Ryan, in his research, showed that Trinidad whites, who are 1% of the population, made up 36% of those seeking loans. So let's look at it. The white people in Trinidad are 1% of the population, but they make up 36% of all of those who have approached the banks to try to get loans. East Indians were 23% of those seeking loans, so they're approximately 40% of the population, 23% of those seeking loans. And African people, who are just about 50% of the population, because remember, when they say we are mixed, they're talking about dark-skinned Africans and light-skinned Africans, who are all Africans, but it's part of that illusion of social privilege to describe you as a quadroon or an octroon or a mulatto. So they give you this imaginary privilege to say that you're mixed when you're African of a different shade. So African people are just over 50% of the population, and they make up 27% of those who approach the banks for loans. Just review that for a short while. Whites, 1% of the population, 36% of those seeking loans. Indians were 23% of those seeking loans, actually going to the bank to get a loan, and African people were 27%. Now, of the whites, 1% of the population, 36% of those seeking loans, 100% of them were successful in acquiring loans. Think about what this is saying. That means any local white person who went to the bank to try to get money, anyone got through. Next, 23% of those seeking loans were East Indians, of which 82% of them actually got the loans. That's not a bad statistic there. But the Africans, who were 27% of potential borrowers at the banks, only 66% of the Africans actually got those loans. And as sad as this is, it must also be noted that Africans, of which 34% are outright refused, went to the bank for small money. The whites, who were 100% successful, went to the bank for millions and millions. And every single one of them got those loans. But the Africans, 27% of potential borrowers, only 66% got those loans, and they went for loans as small as $5,000, $17,000, $33,000. The whites gone for millions, and every single one of them got them. But black people going for small money and still did not get through. Now is the big question as I wind down. What happens after this failure to access capital? The next step, of course, is to look for a job.